All right, just let it music play for a little bit.
Okay.
And see if we can fill the room up. And I might even send out some invites to people. Let's see.
You could say something like yoga session to join in or just watch, you know.
All right, if people want. All right, we got some viewers in the house.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Not too many viewers. I don't know. I can't tell you yet.
You can stay for yoga or just watch.
Keep getting invites to people to go live together, so I don't want to do. Just want to show the sesh.
Should we just start and then have them join in or not as it happens, or?
Well, let's see here. We can talk about yoga for a little bit, basic yoga stuff, and this one you're going to be doing the basics, right? Yoga
I'm
sesh.
just gonna do a vinyasa flow. I'll try to keep it, you know, fairly basic, but I'm not starting from the absolute ground up, I guess. So maybe if there's a foundational knowledge that will help, and if there isn't, you know, just kind of doing the best one can, or using what works and is accessible and leaving aside anything that isn't, and listening to your body.
I can also do like a poll if you want to ask everyone questions, like what kind of yoga they want to see, or I don't know. We'll do that later. Alrighty. Can't tell.
Is Sean here, Elise?
Sean Haskins, are you here, buddy? Yeah, I think he is here. Sean has joined. So yeah, I sent it out to some people. Yeah. I can't
send it
tell.
out to
I won't. I can't see how many viewers for some reason. Usually, I thought it used to tell you how many, but as far as it's not showing me here. Okay, here we go.
Probably gonna, if there are some, you're gonna lose them if I don't start doing something.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're at 70 people here in the house. So yeah, get started with your class.
All right, I'll go ahead and start. So, find what is a comfortable seat for you. I don't have a lot of props right now to demonstrate, but if this sitting cross-legged isn't comfortable for you and you want to elevate your hips so the knees are kind of moving down, you can sit on blocks or bolster.
No blocks this round.
Yeah, we don't have any props around.
Next time. Next time.
If sitting cross-legged is not comfortable, you can try it. Sitting back on the heels, if that's preferable, or even having the legs out. But however you sit, you want to find what will be tolerable and also give you the longest spine possible. So you're pressing down through your sits bones. And imagine your tailbone is lengthening, your shoulders fall away from your ears, and you press up from the crown of your head. So we're trying to get that nice long spine. And normally I would say at this point you would close your eyes or lower your gaze so it's like a comfortable resting gaze, but if you're watching the video you can just look at me, I guess. But start to go a little inwards, start to slow your breathing, lengthening your breaths in and lengthening your breaths out. Am I talking too much?
No, you're good. Just to tell the people that are here to invite more people to come join live. And yeah, tell everyone that's here to see what they can do to send out invites to their friends, because it kind of creates an effect, you know.
Okay. If you want to send out invites to your friends, and also breathe slowly and deeply
Breathe slowly.
and mindfully. They can't really do both at the same time.
Yeah, well, most people are probably not really prepped for this. It's kind of a random yoga class on their radar. But yeah, go ahead and get
So
started.
you're inhaling deeper than you normally do, and you're exhaling further than you normally do. So you're letting all the air out as you breathe out. Fully filling the lungs as you breathe in. We're just doing this for a little bit here. And I like to imagine that the energy is moving up your spine, out from the crown of your head as you inhale. And as you exhale, it's moving down your spine, out through your tailbone, like your tailbone is a taproot connecting you with the earth, sending roots down. So we're inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And keeping a nice long straight spine, we're going to let our chin fall towards our chest. And just notice the weight of your head here. And then tip your ear over your shoulder. Feel that lateral extension in the neck, keeping your spine long, not rounding. Drop your chin back down, and I'll do the other side. And drop your chin down, and start to swing your head from side to side. And then when you're ready, make a full circle. And it should feel nice. Be gentle on your neck, but give it a nice big range of motion. And again. And we'll do the other side. And again. And sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we'll lift our shoulders up. And exhale, roll them down your back. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. And again, inhale, the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in. Exhale down. And then we're gonna place our hands on our knees. We'll make some circles here. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. And this is just a comfortable thing to do. You don't always have to do this like for a yoga practice. You could be sitting and watching TV and just do this. It's just keeping that spine limber and oiled up. Just feels good. When you've done that a bit, take it in the other direction. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. And then we'll make our way back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, ground. And we'll take our hands out. Breathe in, reach both arms up. And exhale, we'll plant one hand down. Come into a side body stretch. And stay nice and lifted here. Breathe into your side body. And release, reach both arms up, breathe in. And exhale, other side. Keep that side body open here, elbows kind of lifting up. I'll take one more breath here. Release, reach both arms up, inhale. And exhale, bring the arms down. We'll go over onto our hands and knees. If you need a blanket under your knees or something for some extra support, that's totally fine. And here you can just swing the hips from side to side if that feels good, or you can make circles with your hips. You can make figure eights. You can bring the shoulders into it if you want to. You can just move in a way that feels natural and intuitive to you. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. But if you've been staying in a circle that's going in one direction, maybe switch it up and change directions. Just so you can sort of even out the body. And being careful of your back, maybe float the hips forward and back. See how that feels? You don't have to go too far forward or too far back, just do what feels good. And then we'll make our way back into a tabletop, hands and knees. Hands and knees is tabletop, that's what I mean when I say tabletop. Generally, you're going to have the shoulders right over the wrists. Sometimes the hands will come a little bit forward depending on what you're doing. But we're going to externally rotate our hands, bringing your fingers back towards your knees. They don't have to come all the way, just wherever you're at is fine. And just rock back and forth gently. Do this gently. I overdid this one time and it hurt my wrists, but this will stretch out your wrists and forearms, give it a nice contrast because our hands are usually in the other direction, typing or something. And then we'll bring our hands to face forward again. And we'll do a very quintessential yoga thing here. We'll do cat-cows. So if you're having issues with your wrist and you want to lower down to forearms, that's fine. You can do them this way. It'll be a slightly different stretch, but it'll still be beneficial. Corey, let me know if I'm talking too much. I don't know.
No, you're doing great. Definitely describe what you're doing.
Okay.
And you have to call out the names of the moves. Like, well, for Sean, he doesn't, no tabletop, and people will call downward dog something. So when you do a downward dog, you gotta describe it a little bit better. The difference between downward dog, upward dog, the basic descriptions of the moves, common descriptions.
All right, so for the cow, we are gonna drop our belly and lift our chest, and we're gonna inhale. And the cat, we're gonna exhale. We're gonna round our spine, bring our shoulder blades apart, and tuck your chin. Inhale to the cow, drop your belly, lift the chest. And exhale, cat. And just flow through these. You can go at your own pace with your breath if you're breathing a little faster and slower or slower than I am. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We'll do one more of each and then we'll come back to a straight spine. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And come back to a straight spine. If you're doing this with me, if you want to take a couple breaths and roll out your wrists, you can do that. It really just depends if you need that right now or not. If you don't need to roll out your wrists, just take a few breaths. Maybe take a child's pose if that is comfortable for you. This is a resting pose for most people in yoga, but it's not actually comfortable for everyone. Some people don't like child's pose. All right, so we're back in our tabletop. We're going to stretch out our calves. We're going to extend our right leg back and rock back and forth on the ball of your foot. Press your heel towards the back of the room. If you want to align the breath with this, you don't have to right now, but you can say inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. And then we're gonna go ahead and lift our right leg up off the floor. And we'll lift our left arm up. And you wanna reach from the fingertips from the foot, almost like you're being tugged gently in opposite directions. So breathe in, reach, lengthen. And exhale. Inhale, reach, lengthen. And exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale, we're going to bring the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, straighten, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, lengthen. And then we'll bring that left hand down and we'll take our left leg a little off to the side. It might come off the mat here to give some support. So we're coming into a supported side plank. And the right foot can be down on the mat or it can be lifted up, whatever you prefer here. And we're gonna make big circles with our right arm. So as you breathe in, reach your arm up, open your chest. Exhale, lower the arm down. Inhale, lift the arm up. Exhale, the arm down. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, the arm down. And then we're going to go ahead and if your right leg is lifted, go ahead and bring it down. And then we're going to take our right arm, sweep it all over by the ear. And just get a deep side body stretch here, like you're trying to make space between your ribs. You're opening up space in your body. And try and breathe into that space. Take one more breath here. And then lower it down. Come back into your tabletop. And just swing your hips from side to side. And if you need to take a child's pose and roll out the wrists, you can go ahead and do that. This is a harder floor than I'm normally on, so I kind of want to be a little more careful and gentle on my wrists and knees right now. And I'm going to come back up into my tabletop. And I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to extend that left foot back, pressing that heel towards the back of the room, stretching out my calf. And again, maybe inhaling forward, exhaling it back. Inhale forward, exhale back. And I'm going to go ahead and lift that left leg up. Lift the right arm up, get as long as I can. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale, reach further, lengthen. Exhale. One more inhale, reach. And exhale, bring that hand down. Oh wait, no, that's not what I did. I did elbow to knees. Exhale, inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. And then I'm going to bring the right hand down. I'm going to take that right leg a little off to the side here for support. And again, coming into that supported side plank. And the left leg can be lifted or lowered. But I'm going to make big circles with my left arm, inhaling the arm up, exhaling the arm down. Big expansive circles, open the chest. And then I'm going to bring that left foot down, if it isn't already, and sweep the left arm over by the left ear, making space in that body, making space between the ribs. Open up. Breathe into that space. One more breath here. And then lower it down. Coming back into your tabletop, maybe taking a child's pose, maybe rolling out the wrists if you need to. Hey, apologize. There's my kitty. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to float up into our tabletop. And from here, we're going to take our downward facing dog. So a lot of people round their back here. You really don't want to do that. You want to be like an upside down V. And you want to be pressing into your hands. You want the sits bones lifted, spine long. We can pedal our feet out a little bit here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we'll bend both knees. Straighten both legs. Again, bend the knees. And straighten. One more, bend the knees. Straighten. The spine lifted. We'll press both heels back and down towards the floor. They might not come all the way, that's okay. But then we're going to lift up just our heels. Move just the heels to the right, lower them down. And lift up just your heels. Move just the heels to the left, lower them down. Lift up just the heels, bring them back to center, float them down. Breathe in. Breathe out. And if you want to lower down to a tabletop or take a child's pose for a few breaths, do that before we do the next thing. We'll go back up into downward facing dog in just a few breaths here. Okay, so when we're ready, we'll come back up into our tabletop. We'll press back into downward facing dog. Keeping our spine long, right? We're not rounding our back. We're not coming forward. We're gonna breathe and lift the right leg up. This is called three-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hip open. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the legs, square your hip, lower the right foot down to meet the left, pedal the feet out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Well, other side. Inhale, left leg to sky. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hip open. Breathe in. Exhale, straighten the legs, square your hip, lower that left foot down to meet the right, pedal the feet out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, we'll hold this for 3 breaths. And then lower the knees down. Maybe take a child's pose here, sinking the hips back. You can take a child's pose with the knees wide too, that can feel good. And if you want, you can crawl your hands forward, take a deep stretch here. You can bring your palms together and bend the elbows, reach the hands over the back of the head. And then we'll come back up into our tabletop. If your knees were apart, bring them back to hip distance apart. And then we're going to walk our hands forward, keep your hips over your knees, and we're going to come into puppy pose, one of my favorites. So you're opening up your upper back and your chest here. If this hurts your shoulders, you can take your arms wider. You can use blocks for the hands. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to transition into our Sphinx pose, another one of my favorites. So you're going to float the hips forward and down. And we're going to have our shoulders over our elbows. And you're going to isometrically draw those elbows back and push the heart forward. So don't do this, don't collapse, stay lifted and moving your heart forward. Take one more breath here. And then come all the way down. We're going to do a cobra. So you're going to bring your hands by the shoulders. Try to keep the elbows in towards your body. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. And we'll keep this one a low cobra. So you're just going to kind of coil your chest up, look forward. And then we'll lower it down. Take a breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. And then we're going to press into our hands. We've done some work on our back, so we want to take a counter stretch. So we're going to take another one of those cat poses. So round that spine, tuck your chin, drop your tailbone. And then we'll come back to a straight spine. We'll take another downward facing dog. And walk those feet out. And then we're going to start walking our feet up towards our hands. So we come towards the front of our mat. And come into a forward fold here. This is called Uttanasana. So if you need to have a slight bend to the knees, that's okay, but you want the crown of the head moving towards the floor. And we'll take a little ragdoll, it's called here. Grasp opposite elbows and sway. And you want to keep the whole trunk of the body as like one unit here. And sometimes I see people do this in class and they're just swinging their arms. And you really want to keep it like you're one piece from your waist through your elbows. And then we're going to release our hands from our elbows and we're going to slowly roll up to our mountain pose. So you're going to let your spine just uncoil. You can go slowly. You want to be easy on your back. Your head and shoulders come up last. Press down firmly into your feet. And I like to sometimes lift up all your toes. Spread your toes out. Set them back down onto your mat. Press your feet down. And you want your tailbone. Imagine if your tailbone was longer, it would fall down between your heels. And your shoulders fall away from your ears. And you're pressing up from the crown of your head. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So inhale, we're going to lift our arms up. Exhale, fold. Stay long in your spine. Inhale, we'll come to a flat back halfway lift. And exhale, fold. And then we'll bend the knees, press into the feet, lift back up, reach the arms up. Bring the palms together, down through heart center. And come back to mountain pose. Tadasana. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we'll do that again. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, lift back up, reach the arms up. This time we're going to keep the arms lifted and we're going to bend our knees, come into chair pose. You can have palms to heart center too, that's a little easier. But if you want more of a challenge, you want to keep the triceps up by the ears. Take one more breath. And then we'll straighten the legs. Keep your arms lifted here. And then I'm going to breathe in. I'm going to lift my heels up. And I'm going to lower the heels as I exhale. Inhale, I'm going to take a little back bend. And exhale, straighten my spine. Bring the palms together. And I'll bring them down to my heart center. And we can take a few breaths here. So we'll do that again. We'll lift the arms up and bend our knees, chair pose. I'll take one more breath here. And then I'm going to straighten the legs. I'm going to keep my arms up. And I'm going to lift up my heels as I breathe in. Breathe out, lower the heels. Inhale, little back bend. And exhale, I'm going to straighten, bring the palms together, down to heart center. I'll find my mountain pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, I'm going to lift my arms up. And exhale, I'm going to fold. And I'm going to step back into downward facing dog. We're just going to do a little vinyasa here. There's a couple ways to do this. So you can come down to knees and then take chin and chest and do a little cobra and lift up. And then press back. It's fine to bend the knees, or you can go forward to your plank and take chaturanga, which is yogi push-up. And then lift into your upward facing dog, press back into downward facing dog. And step forward. Come back to your forward fold. Bend the knees, press into the feet, lift back up, reach the arms up. And I'll bring my palms together down through heart center. Mountain pose, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And I'm going to kind of work all that together that I've done since we've been standing up. So I'm going to breathe in, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, lift back up, reach my arms up. And I'll keep the arms lifted and I'll come into chair pose. One more breath here. I'm going to straighten my legs. I'm going to keep my arms up. Breathe in. I'm going to lift up my heels. Breathe out, lower the heels. Breathe in, little back bend. Exhale, straighten, and I'll bring my palms together down to heart center. Mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. And I'll step back into my downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe into plank. Exhale, lower down chaturanga or knees, chin, and chest. Inhale through my back bend. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And then I'll step forward, fold. And I'll press into the feet, lift back up, reach the arms up. And bring the palms together down to heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, nice long spine. And exhale. Inhale, I'm going to lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. I'm going to take warrior one. So I'm going to step my left foot back. And I'm going to drop it down at kind of a 45-degree angle. You can take a wider stance if you need to make this work. But the hips are mostly squared here. And we lift our arm up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm going to lower down and open into warrior two. So sometimes you take a wider stance when you do that. So the back foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. And my right knee should be over my right ankle. And then I gaze over my right hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And some things people do here is they tend to be tilted forward or tilted back. Try to be right between your legs. And try to not have the shoulders bunched up. Shoulders are moving down. And then we're going to take our triangle pose. So straighten the right leg and come forward, come down. One more breath here. It's another place you can use blocks if you need to. And then I'm going to press into that right foot, come back into my warrior two. I'm going to spin my right palm up, reverse warrior, breathe in, and exhale. I'll just cartwheel my hands down. I'm going to come into a lunge. And then I'm going to step up to fold. Breathe in. And exhale, fold a little deeper. And then press into the feet, lift back up, reach my arms up. And bring the palms together down to heart center. Mountain pose, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, nice long spine. And exhale. All right, so we'll do the other side. So breathe in, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold. We're gonna step our right foot back. Drop that heel down. Foot's at an angle, we'll come into warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, we'll open into our warrior two again. So again, that back foot's usually, it's parallel to the short edge of the mat. Everybody's different, so sometimes it might be a little different, but when you're sitting right between your legs, gazing over those left fingertips, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're gonna take that triangle pose. So what I like to tell people from the way I was taught is you really wanna keep that alignment in your body. So don't crunch on this side. Keep both sides of the body long, so your left side should look the same as your right. You're gonna straighten that left leg and you're gonna come forward to come down. So a lot of people, their goal is to get as far down as possible, but your goal should be to be where you're at to keep both sides of the body looking the same. If you're gonna be focused on alignment. And you can look down or you can look up. And then we'll press into that left foot, bend the knee, coming carefully back into your warrior two. Spin your left palm up, breathe in, reverse warrior, little back bend. And then exhale, we'll cartwheel those arms down again, coming into a lunge. Step up to fold, breathe in. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend the knees, lift back up, reach the arms up. Bring the palms together down to heart center. And find your mountain pose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we'll do that first flow again. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Try to lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, lift back up, reach the arms up. Keep the arms lifted, bend your knees, chair pose. Take one more breath here. And I'm going to straighten my legs, keep the arms lifted. Again, inhale, lift my heels. Exhale, lower my heels. Inhale, take a little back bend. And exhale, straighten. I'll bring the palms together down to heart center. And find my mountain pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. I'll step back to the downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. And then I'll step up to fold. And press into the feet, lift back, reach the arms up. And I'm going to bring my palms together. I'll interlace my fingers here and send my palms up. And I'm going to take some side body stretches. And then I'll release that. So we're gonna do tree pose next. If you have balance issues, you might want to be near a wall so you can hold on, or even be like backed up against one so you can just kind of lean against it. But choose a standing leg and press firmly down into that foot. And then again, if you've got balance issues, you can keep it just like this, like your toes a little kickstand, or you can keep it lower, or you can go deeper into your tree pose. And you can have your hands here, you can have the palms to heart center, you can lift the arms up. So keep breathing mindfully so you are controlling the timing of your breaths in and your breaths out. You're conscious of your own breathing. Take 2 more breaths here. And if you fall out of it, just pop back into it or take mountain pose. And then we'll release it down, walk it out a little bit. And then we'll do the other side. Again, whatever works for you and your body. You might have good balance on one side and the other side not so much. Good, take a couple more deep breaths here. We'll release it down, walk those feet out. Now we're gonna take, where I am, it's pretty warm and I'm getting hot, so I'm gonna take a wider stance. And I'm just gonna bring a little breeze to my body by just swinging my hips and letting my arms follow. I'll do this for a few breaths. And then we'll come back to center. So we'll take our feet a little bit more at an angle here, and then we're gonna squat down. I'm not gonna go super wide-legged deep into this, but this is come into it's called goddess pose. And I'm gonna take what I call cactus arms here. So the elbows are bent, fingers are spread. I'm gonna breathe in, I'm gonna straighten my arms, straighten my legs, open my chest. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, open. Exhale, bend. Inhale, open. And you can maybe try lifting up the heels here and then bending the knees with the heels up. I'm not gonna keep that going for too long. And then I'm gonna drop my heels. I'm gonna bring my hands down to the knees and I'm just gonna do some shoulder dips here. Kind of looks like a jazz dance, but that feels good. And I'm gonna lift back up. I'm gonna heel toe my feet back together. And we'll come back into our mountain pose. Breathe in, nice long spine. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, I'm gonna lift my arms up. Exhale, fold. Hands down, I'm gonna step back into my downward dog. I'm gonna do a last little vinyasa flow here. I'm gonna breathe in, come forward. Exhale down. Inhale through my upward facing dog and exhale, press that downward facing dog. And then inhale to plank. And I'll come all the way down to my belly here. And bring my arms down by my sides. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, we're gonna lift into a locust pose. So Lift your arms and legs, lift your chest, gaze forward. This is another one that's really good for your back. It helps to contrast against all that driving and hunching over a screen. Take one more breath here. And then we'll lower it back down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back into that locust pose. Arms and legs are lifting back, reaching back. You're gazing forward. Good, one more breath here. Lower it down, take a breath in. Breath out. And take a windshield wiper, so bend the knees and we'll let the legs fall from side to side. It just feels nice. We'll lower our legs down. Bend your elbows, bring your hands by your shoulders, press back here. And take another child's pose, so that will relieve the back here. We're going to make our way back to a seated position where we started. And again, we're pressing down through our sits bones. We're pressing up from the crown of our head. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, we'll lift the arms up. Exhale, we'll twist. Take your hand to your opposite knee. Other arm can come behind your back. And then release, reach both arms up again. Inhale. And exhale to the other side. Take a few breaths here. Release. We'll take Baddha Konasana. We'll bring the soles of our feet together. And if this is hard and you need some support underneath your knees, like blocks to prop them up or something, that's fine. You can have the feet further away from you or closer to you. Whatever works for your body. And then you're just going to fold here. Take one more breath here. And then lift up. We're going to come into a straddle. So we're going to straighten both of our legs. And if your straddle is not that flexible, that's okay. Wherever you're at, you're still going to, as long as you can wake up those hamstrings, you want to come to a point where you can feel it and it hurts good. So keeping the legs as straight as possible. You might have bent knees, that's okay. Try to sit up nice and tall, and then we'll fold forward. Wherever you're at is fine.
Sean's not doing that one.
He should do this one. Even if he's not very far, just where he can feel his hamstrings.
You can do it, Sean. Courtney needs hamstring stuff. He keeps talking about it, so.
Yeah, this isn't usual.
He feels like it's related to his back.
I've been doing this since I was a little kid.
I can't do that at all.
That's okay. It's about working your hamstrings. So if you feel your hamstrings, if you feel your inner leg muscles, you're working it. And then we'll lift back up. Probably should stay there longer, but we'll go ahead and bend our knees. This feels really good after doing that. So take the feet about mat distance apart, roll the shoulders back, and then just use windshield wiper. It feels very nice after the straddle. And then we'll straighten both legs, sit up nice and tall, again getting that long spine. We'll lift both arms up. And on an inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, fold. And again, it doesn't matter if your knees are bent here, that's okay. Oh, some people bring a strap around and hold the strap to sort of bring themselves closer. As long as you can feel it, you're doing some work there. So just be there. And we'll lift back up. Probably should stay there longer, but we'll go ahead and bend our knees. And we're gonna make our way down to our backs. We're gonna scoot our hips down. And there's a few ways to do this. Today we're gonna take low bridge. So I'm gonna press into my feet. I'm gonna lift my hips. I'm gonna sweep my arms over my head. Inhale, exhale, lower the hips, lower the arms down. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lower it down. One more. Inhale. And exhale it down. And then we'll hug our knees into our chest. And rock from side to side. Should feel good on your lower back. And hug just the right knee in, straighten the left leg. We'll bring this arm out to the side. You can take that cactus arm, that bent elbow, or you can straighten the arm. Whatever works. And then we're going to tip over onto the left hip and turn our gaze over our right arm, so we're taking our reclined twist. And we would normally hold that for a few more breaths. It was my class, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of start wrapping this up. So I'm going to straighten that right leg, hug the left knee in. The other side, take the left arm out to the side and tip onto that right hip. Turn the gaze over the left arm. It's a nice reclined twist here.
Yeah, maybe let's go to 1 o'clock. It's 12:53. And we can do this every Saturday at noon.
And then we'll release.
Not on a mat with the cat.
And I'm going to take a little squeeze here. I'm going to come into a little cannonball. This is sometimes I like to end the class this way. Just wrap your arms around your legs, bring your forehead to your knees, give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then you can release down into Shavasana. If there's anything you like to do before your Shavasana, you can get yourself set up for it or do anything you need to do. And then you're going to just comfortably lay the arms and legs out at the sides. Usually palms are facing up and there's a little natural curl to the fingertips. And just let yourself relax here. Eyes are closed. Everything releases and softens. Then you want to be still. And that is your... I would stay in your Shavasana for 5 to 7 minutes. And then come out of it slowly. Taking a deep inhale. And then starting to just wiggle fingers and toes. And tip your head from side to side. And then stretch and then come slowly out of your Shavasana. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me or watching me, whatever you did. Namaste.
Namaste. All right, do you want to stay there real quick? And we'll see if there's any Q&A. No, not really. Here, just stay there in your yoga pose for a sec, and we will. So, what do you think? You want to do this every Saturday?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
If it.
Noon to 1. Next Saturday, Central Time. We give it another shot. Sean says that was awesome. Lots of heart faces. I think we have about 280 people.
Can I
For the
get
most
up
part.
yet, or am I still on here?
You're staying right there until we're done. We got 5 more minutes.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to be done, I can end the live.
Can you end it? Or is it like, I mean, is it like, I don't know how live works. I don't know if there's a rule that if you said you were doing an hour, you're going to be criticized for not holding for a whole hour.
Well, I didn't say I was going to do an hour. This is just a random thing.
Oh, I thought we were doing an hour. Then you might as well wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Say goodbye. Sean said it was awesome. We had a lot of people join. There's a lot of people that want to go, like, they want to go live with you, but I just kept denying that because...
Well, that could be fun though, right?
I mean, not if you're doing yoga, so. But you can invite people as guests and stuff, so. Yeah, a lot of people join.
But then it would cause like a chain reaction, so then people would watch them live, and then I don't know.
Yeah, it could work. Could work. All right, so we're at 1 hour, 1 minute, so we're going to say goodbye.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Sean says thank you, Natalie and Corey. Okay, let me see if I don't even know how to end this. End live, please. Oh, there it is. Power button. End live. You can also try go live.